My next question I want to ask you about, you've been described as a financial activist, and you talk a little bit about conscientious capitalism. And I'd like you to kind of tell the audience kind of what that means. What do you mean by conscientious capitalism, and how to achieve social justice, for that matter, through conscious capitalism?
Well, let me say this. I've heard people use terms like black capitalism, and that term makes me a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit nervous, because when you study capitalism, the first thing we teach our students about capitalism is that the number one priority of the company's manager is to maximize shareholder wealth. And that ends up translated into this idea that the only thing that matters is money, and that you'll do anything, screw over anybody, do any horrible thing to other people, to the environment, to your workers, to your customers, etc., as long as you can make an extra dollar. And what it does is it creates this very unhealthy gluttony in our capitalist system, where you see American corporations literally like hungry fat kids just going all around the globe finding new countries with resources that they can exploit and extract. And then they, now that our government has been bought out by the corporations, they're now using our military as hired soldiers to go and take over countries that have resources that they're trying to obtain. And the question is, why are they doing this? They're not doing this for survival. It's not like Apple Computer or whoever, or Exxon Mobil needs like an extra $100 billion. It's because of the expectations of the capitalist system, as it's been explained to us, which is that if you're running a company, your measuring stick of success is growth. Period. It's not how much money you made last year. It's whether or not the amount you made this year exceeds what you made last year. And if you just know basic mathematics, you know that you can't grow forever. If a child keeps growing and they grow an extra foot taller every single year, they're going to just be, they're going to be as tall as a skyscraper, right? Or if a person gains an extra 10 pounds every month, they're going to be 8,000 pounds, right? So a corporation that just feels like, I got to make another dollar, got to make another dollar, got to make another, never happy with what you made before, then that greed and gluttony leads to really just unhealthy outcomes, right? So my argument has been, for black folks, I don't think we have to do everything like everybody else. My goal is not to be like white people, no disrespect to them, but it's just, that's not who we are. And I think also, given our unique circumstances, our unique situation, our unique history in this country, I believe our economic models have to be a little bit different, a little bit better, a little bit more conscientious. For example, here's one simple example. Capitalist systems don't really necessarily know the definition of the word enough. Like, they don't know when a company's made enough money. So as a business owner, my goal is not always to make more money than I made last year. I can say, well, I'm making enough money, I'm good. Now I'm going to maintain that, and then I'm going to focus on other aspects, a multi-dimensional bottom line, instead of just thinking that it all comes back to how much money I made. Because I think that's a very bad place to be. Also, last point I'll make on that is, I think it's very risky for any person of color to measure their success and their impact solely on how much money you made. And the reason for that is because when you think that way, in my opinion, you're inadvertently advocating for white supremacy. Why is that? Well, because in America, who has most of the money? Right. They got most of the wealth. We know the history. Wealth that was stolen and kept away from us, land that was given to other people. So if I'm a black business owner and all that matters is how much money I make, right? If somebody wants to buy my business, all they got to do is come and offer me give me an offer I can't refuse. Then that means in equilibrium, at the end of the day, we won't own anything. Right? Because they can always come in and offer you double what you feel like the business is worth, and then what ultimately happens is you always end up selling out to something, right? So to me, the best black business owner is somebody who, again, uses that word enough, where you can say, okay, you know what, your company's worth $10 million, we'll offer you $50 million, and you can say, no, I'm good, I have enough, I'm okay. You can't offer me any amount of money. Because that's why we lost Essence magazine. That's just one example. Essence, the amount of money they offered to buy Essence was an insane amount of money. Like, everybody associated with that became super multi-billionaires, but the community lost one of its most important media outlets, right? So that's ultimately what will happen if all you do is measure based on money, your success, impact, etc. Is every single black business that grows to a certain point is going to get bought by somebody else. because all you know how to do is see the bottom line, and you don't want to think that way. You want to get to the point where you say, thank you, but no thank you. I'm just going to own this and pass it to my kids, and we're good.
Exactly. So in the American capitalist system, we notice differences in different places. So like in Chicago right now, Chicago, for those that don't know, the state of Illinois has the highest number of black elected officials in office of any state in the union.
That's right.
The highest black unemployment rate. So now, what that should tell you a whole lot that I don't need to tell you, but what it begs the question for is this, Dr. Boyce. A lot of people are leaving Chicago, they're moving out of Illinois. But they're moving to places that traditionally we see as racist Republican states, Texas, Georgia, Florida. But it seems like they're doing better there. The median incomes are higher. Everybody seems to be happy. Everybody seems to have a job or something to do. And you travel around to these places a lot. You communicate with a lot of people from these towns, Philadelphia, all over the place. What do you see as the difference, or do you see a difference in how we operate here versus other places? Because if you leave it to the Chicago folks, we say we got our own way of doing things, but then we have to ask, is it the right way? Is it the best way?
Well, if I was to compare, what I've seen in Chicago to other cities, I would definitely say the corruption is always there, right? But when I was in Philly, I saw some interesting corruption in New York. It doesn't matter where you go. Every city kind of has a style of cronyism. Now, to your point about Democrat, Republican, black elected officials, things like that, if you read books like Powernomics, Dr. Claude Anderson shows pretty clearly that the rise in black elected officials has very little impact on the overall well-being of the black community. In fact, there are easy stats you can find anywhere on Google that show that if you go back to 1968 and compare 2018, 2019, most of the statistics on quality of life for black people have not changed a bit. Unemployment, wealth, home ownership, et cetera, right? And so ultimately what that speaks to is, what are the solutions, right? Like, what do we know works and what do we know doesn't work? Well, we've tried this idea that, if we vote for the right politician or we get enough Democrats in office, things will get better. We tried that, and that has not worked. Now, this statement would not be one that I would define to be anti-democratic party or anything like that. I don't really care what party you're in. I don't really want to be Democratic or Republican. I just want to be black. I'm black all the time. and so I think that when we get to the point where we measure our progress or racial progress along party lines, it's just an ugly paradox we get into, because what happens is you're looking at another person that looks just like you, and you won't talk to them because they voted for a Republican, or God forbid they voted for Donald Trump. Or vice versa. You support the Democrats are pimping the black community. That whole argument's being made on a consistent basis. It has some merit to it. But I really, you telling me what political party you're in matters to me about as much as the color of shoes you're wearing. It does not matter to me. I have several people in my own black family who voted for Donald Trump. And because I've known these people for years, I know what kind of people they are. And I can tell you that it might be something basic like, I don't believe in abortion for any reason, so I can't support a Democrat because I won't support abortion. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about that all day, because you're my cousin. We've been cool since we were children. Let's figure out how we're going to make our lives better, how we're going to make our kids' lives better. And I'm a big believer that the number one factor that determines the outcome of a black family is what that black family is doing for itself. What matters in my life anyway is what I do. When I started exercising, I lost weight. When I didn't exercise, I got fat. That had nothing to do with who was in office. Right. Now it does not mean that these other political issues don't matter. It does not mean that you don't have the right to feel how you want to feel. But I would say that, again, going back to Powernomics, that Democrat-Republican is kind of what they call a horizontal issue that creates kind of a crabs in the barrel divisiveness that's unnecessary. Yes. I say we get rid of unnecessary divisiveness and just say, okay, instead of finding the things that we don't agree on, let's talk about where we do agree, right? Do we agree that our kids all need to be educated? Raise your hand if you want educated kids. If you want stupid kids, and you shouldn't be here, right? Right? Raise your hand if you want black wealth to go up, right? Raise your hand if you want fewer black people being shot in the street, right? Yeah. Raise your hand, right? So we agree. So to me, whether or not you voted for Trump or a Democrat, I can't let that get in the way of my desire and ability to build with you as my brother or as my sister. And because when you look at what's going on Capitol Hill, one thing we all can agree on is that the progress just hasn't been made. It's just not being made.
Right. And speaking to that progress being made and talking about Trump, and this is an important issue for a couple of reasons. For one, when he was elected, the anger and the outrage was so strong. And the first thing that the Democratic Party did is encourage everybody to resist him. Every person that tried to go and talk to him was called a sellout and so on and so on. Now, with your agnostic position politically, he hears about the great work that you're doing and your desire to help the black community to build business school or whatever. He calls up, somebody from the White House calling, you going?
Yes.
Thank you.
If it's credible.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, and that's a legitimate concern I think people had about the Trump presidency, is that they just lie.
Right.
You know, but I can tell you, I interacted with the Obama presidency, and they lie too.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, because I remember being super excited. I was like, oh, we got this black president, and they had somebody. I think they had somebody on the Negro Patrol in the White House that would call people that they thought had an influence on black people. And this guy called me. And I thought that it was going to be like a two-way conversation, like you're looking for feedback, you're looking for ideas on ways you can fulfill your commitment to help the black community, and it wasn't like that. It was a one-way conversation. It was, this is what we're doing, and this is some bullshit that we're about to pull off that has nothing to do with black people, but we need you to co-sign on it because it came from the Obama administration. And I just said, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I'm a mathematician. You can't tell me 2 + 2 is 12. Right. I don't believe you, right? So eventually those conversations ended pretty quick. They eventually learned not to call me. And it's you know, so I think that but if the credibility is there and you're really doing something that is authentically going to help the black community, I would meet with anybody. I don't think that that's outrageous to think that way. I think Dr. King would have done the same thing. You know, even Malcolm, I had met with people that were historical enemies of black folks, and because he was seeking the common ground. You know, so I think that if Trump were to say, look, I want to just show off in front of the Obama supporters, and I want to go give $100 million to build businesses in black communities or to create economic incubators for black people, and the deal made sense, I would take that deal in a second. Because again, I don't care which politician I'm talking to. If he's trying to do the right thing, I can work with you.
Right. And then we can build and benefit, even because the fact that we're here was an evil act to begin with. So we're all here subject to somebody else's evil action. We should make the best out of that. But speaking of that and kind of staying on that track, the hot button topic that everybody is talking about today is reparations, right? This is an age-old issue that has been talked about from Garvey to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Senator John Conyers when he was in office, and it's been on and on and on. But it seems to be picking up steam right now. I'd like to know two things about that. Do you believe that that is that the proliferation of that as a political issue is real, or are they just getting people lathered up to let them down later? And if we were to be given reparations, would you, in your expertise, believe that money or land would be the best reparation?
You mean like make a choice between one or the other? Right.
They're gonna give us money, physical cash, or land.
I mean, I would just say all of the above. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it all, but you know, we don't been through a lot, right? We deserve that. You know, reparations is one of those things where I'm very happy that it's now part of the national conversation. And that's really what you really saw when the conversation shifted and people started talking about reparations on TV. What you saw there was actually where those in the mainstream and mainstream media started realizing they actually have to respond and listen to people on the internet. They would look at people on YouTube like, oh, they're just YouTubers. Who cares what they think? But you know, I've got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know, Tariq Nasheed has hundreds of thousands. Willie D has hundreds. You know, so you got people on there that got massive platforms. And so if somebody's out telling hundreds of thousands of people that you're full of crap, then that's not going to help your campaign. So when Cory Booker and Kamala Harris and what's his name, the old guy Bernie Sanders, you know, were going on Breakfast Club and, you know, were kind of just sort of trying to BS their way around questions like they would have been able to get away with 12 years ago, they were just getting drilled online. Like people on YouTube were just eating them up. And I think that they got smart and realized that, oh wait, we can't just walk around and pretend like we're better than these other people. We have to listen to them and respond to them. So what that did was them being good politicians. Politicians are bellwethers for public opinion. They started the reparations discussion. Now, it's not, I don't see it as a serious conversation in the sense that, you're right, I don't really know how they're going to overcome all the hurdles between here and reparations actually being implemented. Remember, you've got a Congress that they can't even agree on what kind of toilet paper to put in the bathroom. You know, like they fight over everything, they make everything into a big issue. And so what I honestly expect right now, not to sound cynical, is that if they pass reparations now, it would be undercooked. It would be something that's just so weak and lame that it's almost like we'd be doing them a favor by letting them off the hook for an amount of money that isn't anywhere near the amount that it would take to truly repair the damage that was done to the black community. I mean, you know, really pay reparations like in a pure theoretical sense, you're talking about $10 to $15 trillion. Now again, you're talking about a government that is so deep in debt that they will never get out of debt. They're probably at some point going to default on the debt, and it's going to disrupt and undermine the entire American economic system. That's how bad your politicians are when it comes to money. So I just don't really know how you're going to get these people who can't agree on anything to agree to do something that they almost never do, which is to do something specifically for black folks that involves us getting our just due. Now, assuming that we were able to get over those hurdles, I think that you know, my whole philosophy on this has been, okay, fine, you know, support the reparations. If a politician has a reparations plan that you like, support that politician. Do what you're going to do. That's fine. But just understand that that's probably not going to impact your community as much as some other things that you can do. For example, you know, they talk. Anybody heard them talk every year about how black people have 1.3 trillion in spending power, right? And they want you to brag about that. And that's not something to brag about because there's no power in spending and giving all your money away. There isn't. I mean, there's nothing powerful about that. That 1.3 trillion actually is investing power. That's what it's supposed to be, right? And so if you think about this, though, the fact that we've been brainwashed to believe that we have 1.3 trillion in spending power and we're going to exert our muscle by giving all of our money away to our oppressors, just think about that. That means you're giving white folks $1 trillion in reparations every year. You know, if they passed $1 trillion reparations package, we would give all the money right back in a year, right? I mean, seriously, maybe more because now we got more money coming in, right? So I argue that just by shifting our financial psychology, shifting, you know, the way we view money, what we do with money. For example, the average note on a new car is $530 a month. Black folks, according to Nielsen, when they're writing these reports for other white people to figure out how to get money out of black people, in these reports, and I've read them all, they say black folks, African Americans love new cars more than everybody. Now, pay attention now. You got people at the same time telling us black people are broke, we ain't got no money. But how are we leading the nation in new car consumption if we have no money, right? Well, maybe you have no money after you buy the new car, but before you get the car, you got money. So if you just simply took that one little statistic and just said, okay, what if we could just convince a percentage of our people, we're going to convince everybody, a percentage of our people to just not buy the new car, you know, but get you something fly, get you like a 3-year-old car, so you don't lose all that depreciation you get hit with, right? And then what you do is you take that difference between what you're paying in your monthly payment and what you could have paid, and you put that money toward a stock portfolio, and you do that consistently every single month. That right there, just that one tiny move right there, would literally lead to trillions of dollars in additional black wealth. Because one of the things that we don't quite embrace and internalize as much as we should is the reason for the wealth gaps, right? Everybody talks about the wealth gap between the rich and the poor and the middle class, or the wealth gap between the black and the white. Those wealth gaps are real, those wealth gaps are there. But when you look at the anatomy of those wealth gaps and you say, well, why is it that the rich people are here and the middle class is here and the poor are down here? Well, the reason for the gap between the middle class and the poor is actually from real estate. That's home ownership. Middle class people tend to own homes, poor people don't. Doesn't mean every poor person can get a home, doesn't mean every poor person can, right? Many of us know people. Tell me if you know somebody who could have saved up money for a down payment for a house, but other things just kind of happen along the way, right? Right? So you
We're in this room.
exactly. It's a lot of us, right? I'm not shaming nobody. I've made every financial mistake you can name. I've made them all. So just don't. I will never talk down on you because I'll be talking down about myself. But then when we analyze the gap between middle class and upper class, that is coming from stock market participation. That is the stock market that's driving that, because people in that behave like wealthy people are the ones who get this tons of passive income from investing in the stock market consistently. Just today, this week, anybody invest in Apple stock by chance? Anybody? I put up an Instagram note and I said, I just want to publicly thank both white Jesus and black Jesus for giving me the insight to take some of my extra money and buy Apple stock. Apple stock has gone up like 33% in the last 3 months, right? Imagine buying a house for $300,000, 3 months later it's worth $400,000. Right? I mean, insane, right? So again, not saying that there's one quick fix, but sort of understanding the anatomy of the gaps and the behavior that leads to specific choices that will help you sort of move up that ladder, I think will go much further than a reparations check. Even though if the government's giving out free money, I'll take some.
Excellent. I want to remind everybody, no phone usage inside the spot. If you need to use your phone, feel free to walk outside that side entrance right there. Thank you very much. Now, one other question, then we're going to start to take a couple of questions from the audience. We'll talk about unity. This thing that we all talk about, how we need unity. We all need to be unified, right? And the way that I see people talking about it presupposes that we should all agree on the same thing, the same way, and operate it the same way. But what I actually believe is that unity is just like, hey, me saying, hey, I really don't agree with you, but I'm gonna stay out your way and let you do your thing. And that's how in other words, by not getting you in your way, that's how I express my unity to you, even if we're at disagreement. How do you see unity, and is it a goalpost that's always going to be moving, or can we really achieve it?
When I think about unity, I think about this study by the Gotham Institute. They were talking about marriage. Marriage is a union, right? And my parents were married. They've been married 45 years, and it taught me a lot about unity, just watching how they figured out how to stay married for 45 years. They had all the same problems that a lot of divorced couples have. And I learned, the Gotham Institute actually confirmed this, I learned from watching them that it wasn't a matter of how many disagreements they had, it was how they handled the disagreements. You know, like when people talk about, like, you know, submitting to your spouse, should a wife submit to her husband, should a husband submit to his wife? I saw my parents, I see them to this day submitting to each other every single day of the week. You know, I remember hearing my daddy say things like, you know, I'd be mad. I'd be like, Mama said she's going to the grocery store for 5 minutes and she's been in there for half an hour. And he'd be like, well, you know how your mama is. We just gonna wait. You know, why? Well, because, you know, he's choosing his battles, right? You know, and so to me, when I think about unity, and what the Gotham Institute actually confirmed was that they could tell which marriages were going to last by listening to people argue for 5 minutes. Didn't matter what you were arguing about. They could just look at the way you engage with each other and the way you chose your battles, and that would tell them if you're going to stay married or not stay married. And the accuracy is like 95% or something like that, right? So with that being said, and you talk about unity and you talk about our community, unity is one of those things where, you know, if you are a person, if you are someone who holds grudges and nitpicks and doesn't properly choose battles with other people, then you're gonna be fighting all the time. You know, there's plenty of black people to fight with. You know, and that was my journey. You know, I'm on, you know, I do stuff on the internet a lot, and I'm like, my God, there's every day there's some person that wants to fight with me, don't even know me, and I just made an announcement. I said, I'm not fighting with no black people in 2019. I said, you can fight with me, you just be shadow boxing, because I'm gonna fight white supremacy, and I'm gonna fight the big battles. I'm not gonna fight you. You know, and that was just a decision, right? And so, you know, I think that for us with unity, I think that we have to really process sort of what that means, what it means to stay on code. I think the Nation of Islam provides a great example in a lot of areas, but that in particular, one of the rules that they have is that if you have a disagreement or a dispute with someone else in the nation, you sit down with that person and you talk it out and you figure it out. And you might have to agree to disagree or stay out of each other's way. But you work it out, because what they understand, that I think all of us have to understand, is that the enemy in a battle, the enemy in a war, is not the other person. The enemy in war is war itself. You know, and so every disagreement, every dispute, every battle has to be seen as, okay, it's me and you against the dispute. So I'm disagreeing with you, so I can approach you like, man, what's wrong with you? You pump, you know, right? Or I can say, okay, how are we going to work together to resolve this problem, right? And sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes the other person ain't playing the same game as you, right? But I do believe that when you're talking about black unity, I see a lot of us fighting and attacking each other. I see public figures seeking to discredit each other and destroy each other over things that were not necessarily worth fighting about. Or if you think about black businesses, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen somebody go to a black business and have a bad experience, and they make it like their life's mission to destroy that business and expose that business as a fraud and tell everybody they know all about it, like they just spreading the gospel, like they Jesus spreading the gospel. I want to tell you about this bad business, right? And I'm just sitting there thinking, wow, that's really interesting, because you have 1,000 white businesses that are robbing you blind, ain't giving nothing to your community, but you're picking out this small black business that's barely getting by, and you're determined to destroy that. But you've never said anything about these big corporations that are robbing you every single day, right? So that's a mindset. So I would argue that with unity, which is a struggle for everyone, because we all get caught in that mindset. Unity, I think, means at the very least looking for the things that we have in common, and looking for the things that we can just ignore and look past. You know, and so if I want to be nitpicky, I can get mad because I don't like the color of your shirt, and I don't like your shoes, and I don't like where you came from, right? Or I can just say, you know, that doesn't matter. Let's sit down and let's focus on this one-dimensional issue, this one thing that we all agree on, and make that all that matters, right? That's a good step.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because what you were talking about not arguing with people, I was watching your live last night, and it was a guy in there just giving you hell. Like, his post was like this, his comments was like that long on Instagram, and he was going in. I was checking the line to see if you were going to respond to this guy, because he was coming. But it's good to be able to ignore that, and I think that's a discipline that a lot of us can use. So we're going to